certainly more productive in week 1 was the combination of Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. than it was in week 2. And we've been talking a lot for the last 2 days about offensive issues. This is certainly one of the issues so far.
Yeah.
Again, is how to get Marvin Harrison Jr. maximized in the Cardinals' offense. Now, will that ever happen to the degree they want it to when you have a weapon like Trey McBride in the passing game? This is a very conservative passing game right now for the Arizona Cardinals.
Very much so. But there's also a very, very indicting difference between Malik Nabers and Marvin Harrison Jr., the two wide receivers who were thought to be the top of the class in the draft 2 years ago. And to get to the tease, this is where a couple of people in our listening audience has made the comparison. Will the Cardinals ever look at Marvin Harrison Jr., or will Cardinal fans look at Marvin Harrison Jr. the way Suns fans looked at taking DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic? Because Malik Nabers is blowing up with the New York Giants with a bad quarterback. To the point where people now say, for all the talk about great wide receivers from Ohio State, the three best wide receivers in the NFL might all be LSU kids. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Nabers. Now that might be oversimplifying things, right? But
it might be pumping up Nabers to the top 3 a little early, too.
I don't know, Vinny. He is really sensational. But you're right. That you could make that argument, and it would be an argument. But this last game for Marvin Harrison Jr. was a little bit alarming because the throw in the end zone, for all his increased muscle, he showed no ability to get through the defender and go and get that football. He was waiting for it to get to him, and as a result, it went off the left arm of the cornerback.
By the way, that was an excellent throw by Kyler.
Yeah.
I don't love the play call there on the fade ever near the goal line, but whatever. It was right where it needed to be for a receiver of his talents to make a play.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to go up with his physicality and corral that football. And he didn't. He waited for it to come to his chest, and as a result, it got knocked away. And then there was the drop that went right through his hands. So when you take a look at the difference of Malik Nabers and Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Nabers was targeted 11.3 times per game last year. He's up to 12.5 this year. Now, again, these are very small sample sizes. We're 2 games into the season. Marvin Harrison Jr. targets last year were 6.8. He's down to 5.6 this year. So getting Marvin Harrison Jr. operational, I would think, would also be paramount for this offense, given the fact that they have no other number 1 wide receiver in the vicinity.
Sure.
That's what's so weird about that stat from over the last year and a half is that Kyler doesn't really throw to anyone else. So where is he throwing the ball other than Trey McBride?
That's
his running backs.
I just think, look, I get the reactionary nature of it. My son actually brought this topic up to me and was like, this fan base is something else. Like, here we are 2 games into year 2 for Marvin Harrison Jr. He didn't have a good game on Sunday. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. The New York Giants also targeted Malik Nabers a heck of a lot more than the Cardinals targeted Marvin Harrison Jr. last year. The numbers were astounding. 170 targets for Nabers, 116 for Marvin Harrison Jr. If you want to look at the numbers from this year, yes, they're skewed by week 2. The Giants played in the shootout of all shootouts. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards. A, the Cardinals haven't played in a shootout yet. B, I don't think the Cardinals' passing offense right now is equipped for Kyler Murray to throw for 450 yards.
But you could also flip it and say he's getting targeted that many times because he's open. He's great off the line of scrimmage.
That too. But, I mean, look at the overall numbers of passing attempts. How many times did Kyler throw the ball on?
29, I think, 25 or 29. Those are his 2 pass attempts this season. Russell Wilson's thrown the ball 41 and 37 times this season.
I mean, certainly the edge is to Malik Nabers. But if you want to go down that road of tying it into Ayton versus Doncic.
No, we're not doing that yet. We're just saying as a historical example that is something that has been brought to our attention. It's just it's not inconceivable that 3 years from now, you'll look at Malik Nabers as a superstar and Marvin Harrison Jr. as a good player, and you might wonder, boy, we took the wrong guy. That's the comparison, and it's okay to talk about it. We're not assigning any blame.
I mean, yeah, There's no way you can't give the edge to Nabers so far.
The question is...
And I was actually encouraged by what I saw from Marvin Harrison Jr. in week 1. and that was a little bit derailed, not completely derailed. It was a step back. There's no doubt for a second-year receiver in week 2.
The question is, whose fault is it? Is his lack of targets and lack of overall production, is that Marvin Harrison Jr.'s fault because he's dropping passes and not getting open? Or is it Kyler Murray because he's not throwing it to him? Is it the offense is not calling the right plays? Like, is there 3 pieces of the pie to go around, or is it mostly on Marvin?
Oh, I'm sure there's elements of everything you mentioned, but productivity is productivity. And we mentioned last weekend's game and how uneven it was from a Marvin Harrison Jr. standpoint. A ball in the end zone that a great wide receiver should catch, and then another drop that ball goes right through his hands.
Which play of those 2 bothered you more?
The play in the end zone, because
for me, it was the one on the sideline that he dropped.
Okay,
because that was a play where the defense wasn't really in position to make a play, and if he just catches that ball, it's yardage.
Yeah.
At least, even though, and you could pin responsibility on Marvin Harrison Jr. for not high pointing the ball, letting the ball come down, allowing the defensive back to make a play. The first one to me on the sideline is a play you absolutely have to make at the NFL level.
Yeah, to me it's a play in the end zone because it's a touchdown, and if everything about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s commitment to the weight room in the offseason was to help him power through defenders and make contested catches, there was anything but that in that. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic in my criticism, but I'm just reacting to the fact that the passing game is partly an issue. This offense does not have a whole lot of explosives.
Yep,
and they've got to unlock that somehow.
Yep, Harrison, 2 catches, 27 yards on 5 targets against Carolina. Jonathan Gannon commented on that.
It doesn't concern me. The passing game is going to – he's one of the guys that the passing game goes through, so I think we need more production there. But, the play that goes overlooked is a huge DPI early in the game. That's a huge play for us. Had a couple catches. I'm sure he wants some plays back, but he needs his touches. I know that for us to be effective overall as an offense. They did some things that they were very aware of Marv, though. I will say that, too.
Unfortunately, the pass interference, although it was a big penalty, it was a 38-yard penalty. They only got a field goal out of that drive. And, I mean, that's more pinned on other people than Marvin Harrison. Look, so a lot of stuff has to change with the offense, and the part that bothers me the most about what we saw last week is that he again didn't look comfortable in the offense in the passing game.
I agree with that.
After he did in week 1.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.